Come with me. Come with me to discover the secrets of how thoughts become things, and we will manifest like never before. Come with me, and we'll discover a secret so powerful that will take you far beyond your dreams. Come with me on an unforgettable journey. Come with me. It's already yours. Get ready for this adventure, and I'm thankful for today that you found us, so get ready. The time is now. I'm Zelda Keller. Welcome to Secrets Laws of Attraction. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Secrets Laws of Attraction. I've missed you. I hope you have missed getting messages, but there's something that I've got to tell you. You read that right. I quit. Yes, that's right. I'm saying I quit. How does that make you feel? When you hear those words, does it make you feel empty? Worried? You wonder that much more? Well, I'm telling you this because actually I'm not quitting. Those words are not used in my vocabulary. They're used here as an example. And in that example, I want you to know that I hear that daily. And it saddens me because most of you are really, really close to your goal. You're attracting, you're manifesting, and yet you get tired. You get lethargic even. Some of you get lazy. Some of you call me and you want me to pray for you, and you want me to resolve your issues, your problems. And even though I can give you guidance and direction, that comes from you. You are the one who is going to resolve your issues, not me. Sure, I help out. I do what I can, and I'm always glad to do that. But let me give you a little backstory on the words I quit. All right? Basically, we've talked about this before. We have 70,000 thoughts per day come into our subconscious. That is a lot. But some of those thoughts, usually 90% of those thoughts, are leftovers from the day before. So we're still thinking about the leftover thoughts, not only from the day before, but the week and the month and the year and the years before. Now, that doesn't surprise me because we all do it. It's human nature. So what happens is that while we're manifesting and we're affirming and we're setting our intentions, in the back of our mind, we have what's called a counter intention. Now that counter intention is that little voice inside of you that says, oh boy, your family is really going to think you're full of it now, right? You've heard that. You've heard that. Every time you've gone to somebody and say, you know what, I'm gonna make $100,000 this year, and people look at you like you've just been dropped off from another planet. And that's sad, but that's true. And you would think that the people closest to us would be those who are most encouraging, and unfortunately, they are not. Why? Because of 3 words that they always say to you. What are those 3 words? I know you. I know you. Well, they think they know you. They think only because they have your actions that they have based that on in the past. You know what? The past is the past, and you've been forgiven for the past. Good, bad, ugly, great, wonderful. You've been rewarded one way or the other for the past. Now, as of today, as of this right moment, you are working on the future. your future. 5 minutes ago when we started this video, it was the past. It's the past now. So what you have to do now is you have to think about why you sometimes say those words, I quit. Is it because you're not seeing results fast enough? Is it because you feel that things aren't working? Well, I'm doing all this stuff, Zelda, and gee whiz, I've been at this for at least a year. Okay, good for you. You're ahead of the game. You know now what not to do. You know now what you have to do. What I'm going to say to you is this, and yes, I got to be a little hard on you. It's because I love you. It's called tough love. And that is also one of our universal laws, if I can get it out. And that is, you can't quit. You can't quit because you haven't completed your journey. And if you want to quit, that's up to you. And here's the tough love. You must love where you are and where you've been. Because you're not going to get further. You're not going to get what you want if you do not control these counter intentions. The counter intentions are those things that when you tell someone, I'm going to make $100,000 this year. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm just trusting God, God's universe, source, whatever the case may be. I'm making $100,000 this year. And somebody looks at you and they snicker and they scoff and they give you that side look like, yeah, right. We've all had that, right? That's right. And actually, we've done it to other people. And I'm going to say, I would watch that from now on. Because you don't know what other people are working on. But I'm also going to say, this is Project You. And you'd better be careful about sharing your intentions, your affirmations, and your manifestations with people around you. And I'm sorry to say this, especially with your family, if your family is not on the same page. If your family does not practice the law of attention, that's correct, that is a law. The law of attraction, if they don't practice affirmations, setting intentions, if they don't know what your body can do on the right frequency, the law of vibration actually surpasses it all. Then don't share. Don't share this. Because that's going to set you back. Then not only are you working on your affirmations and your manifestations, now you're working on self-doubt. And why? Because one person that doesn't even remember what you said, most likely doesn't even care, planted that little seed. And in order for that seed to grow, you have to nurture it. What you need to do is pluck that seed out. Pluck it, I said, that seed out. Grab it, get rid of it, name it, tell it to get out of there, get rid of it. It has no place with you, especially not with what you're doing, not in this world of laws of attraction. You see, I want you to know this. You were purposefully and wonderfully made. That's what God's word says. I believe that. If you don't believe that, then there's something wrong. But Zelda, you just don't know my life. Things have just gone horribly wrong for me in my life. I know. Believe me, I know. We all have a story, and someday I'll tell you mine. But right now, we're talking about you. Right now, I want you to understand that when you were made in this vibrational cosmos. You see, we all vibrate. And I know that sounds funny, but even things that seem solid, vibrate. We all have a song. Our vibration comes across as a song. If you put on, there's a certain little machine, a meter of some sort. I don't know what it is. I probably should know, but I want to share it. If you hook it up to what we think an inanimate object, a table, a chair, a sofa, a car, a lamp, then what it does is it actually picks up the vibration and translates it into a song. And these are beautiful. We emit this beautiful song. Now, that happens especially when we're on the same vibration as the earth. Okay, so how do we get on the same vibration of the earth? Come on now, Zelda, right? When we have a thought and we are thinking in a good way, and I mean in a good way, we're not having bad thoughts against other people. Even though that manifests, that's not what we're about. That's not our gig, right? I know you. That's not what you want. When we have that vibration set and we set our intention, all of a sudden, that dream becomes a goal. And that goal then becomes a reality. Look around you. If you don't think the laws of attraction don't work, I'm going to remind you that computer and that phone that you are listening on right now was someone's dream. And it happened in our lifetime. I remember when the phones came out, I thought I was a big girl walking around the mall with my dinosaur phone that was probably bigger than my handbag. That analog phone that cost $3.50 per minute. And you better get on there and say what you want to say and get off there because, man, oh man, it was a $75 connection fee and blah, 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 blah. And who was making the money? So everything around you, this lamp, the table, the sofa, the chair, was someone else's goal. It was their dream to start out with. It became their intention. And that's what you have to do. You have to take that dream that you have, because we can all daydream. But take that daydream and work into now this imagination and this fantasy. Okay, so if I were to invent this, then what would I do? What would I do? How would I do this? And that's when you have to start asking the God's universe, because that is what gives you the answers. You see, we don't come up with the answers ourselves. We don't have to. That's not our job. But we are given those answers because it's all there. It's already done. It's already made. This is a perfect universe. Think about the progress that we've made in technology and in our world in the last 200 years. Oh my goodness, especially in communications. Think about this. I can write a message and send a message to Australia. And the moment that I push that button, that person on the other side has it. And if you don't think that's a miracle in itself, when you stop and think about this, this is life-changing. And what you're dealing with right now, okay, so you're working on a relationship, or you're working with extra money for your family, or there's something that you're trying to manifest because you really, truly have that need. It's already taken care of. It's already there. And that is the idea that you've got to have. It is already there. So how do you work into this? Well, first of all, nightly, daily, depending upon what shift we work, we rest our bodies. Our bodies require a rest. We know when our body gets tired. But what about our mind? Our minds get tired. Our minds require rest. Think about this. We have the TV on, we have a computer on, we have our phone going, we have all this social media hanging out all the time. Then there's music, then there's this, then there's that, people in the background. That's not multitasking. That sometimes can be mind overload. And you have to sit back one little step at a time and decide, what am I going to do so I can manifest these things, so I don't quit. You can't quit. Because if you do, if you can, if you want to, it's your free will. But if you do, you're not only going to go, you're not going to go back to the place that you were when you started. You're going to go way back to the beginning. Because what's going to happen is then all this emotion is going to start happening. Oh, why can't I do this? You see, I started this. But see, that person that my intended person, well, we used to do this and this and this all the time. Well, that's great. But you've got to start living in the future. That's where the problems start. So start resting your mind so you can get answers to the problems that you have. You can get the direction and the guidance that you need in order to manifest this and to attract what it is that you really want in your life to be fulfilled. I'm using these words, wants and needs, because you're relating to this right now. So, you can't have a counter intention when you're setting an intention. Here's an example. Oh man, I love my special person. I know that he's thinking of me right now. I know he is. Unless he doesn't text me right now and then my life falls apart. Well, I'm thinking of this specific amount of money. I need that right now, and that's what I want until I look at my bank account. And then my life falls apart because I have a deadline on XYZ dollars. You see what I mean? You've got to make a conscious decision, and I have to be hard on you today. That's right. It's because I love you, right? You know that. But I have to be a little hard on you, and I have to say, I can only give you what I know. I can only do what I can do. And now it's up to you. You can take those counter intentions out. Sure, life happens. Things are going to happen. And when they do, handle them quickly and push it to the side. Get it out. Get it out of there. Do not allow people to plant negative seeds in your mindset, or you'll be starting completely over. And now you're really messed up because now you think the laws of attraction don't work. Oh, yes, they do. And you are a prime example. Yes, but Zelda, nothing I've wanted comes in. I don't know, did you hear what you just said? Nothing you wanted comes in. And the universe looks down at you and says, your wish is my command. So you've got to learn how to be your own cheerleader, how to encourage yourself every day, how to look in the mirror and say, wow, this is a great day. You need to get up in the morning, every morning, like you did when you were a child on Christmas morning with anticipation of what you were going to be getting that day. And I'm not joking. You need to be expecting good things, not thinking, oh God, I've got to hide today because the landlord might be coming around. No, you cannot do that. Yes, that circumstance might be that, okay? But handle it. Take care of it. Get it out of your mind. Get it out of your heart, because then, as we talked about before, those leftover thoughts in your subconscious will be bleeding over into the next day. Get rid of those. Get rid of the counter intentions. So now we are resting our bodies and we rest our minds. And the most important thing I want you to understand is that when you meditate, And meditation means turn off the phone, turn off the news, turn off the computer, go in a room, sit down. If you fall asleep, okay, you may start doing that in the beginning. That's fine. Take a little nap. Your mind and your heart and your body has needed it. But get rid of all of the distraction. If you have to go, and now I wouldn't suggest sitting in a bathtub if you're going to fall asleep, right? That might be dangerous. But if you just even sit in a chair, close your eyes, relax every part of your body, start from your toes, work yourself up. Work yourself up through your arms and your fingers, and relax your shoulders, relax your chest, relax your scalp. That's right. When we are tense, even our scalp gets tense. Relax. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your teeth. Relax your mouth. That's right. If we are clenching our jaw, if we are clenching our mouth, our lips, that's not good for us. So relax. And did you know that 60 minutes of relaxation actually increases our DNA and the molecular cells get actually healthier? By meditation, you increase blood flow. You decrease your blood pressure. There's all kinds of diseases that you can actually help to heal. They will heal with continued. Do you know that with 60 minutes of meditation every day for 30 days actually will grow your DNA? Now on one end of a DNA cell, there are these little finger strings looking things. And they reach out to all of your molecules and they say, hey, this is who you are. That's right. And if you're stressed, they're going to reach out and say, this is who you are. You're stressed today. But through meditation, those little fingers get longer and longer. Now that's a proven fact. This is science now that we're talking about. And remember what Albert Einstein said? When you get on the frequency, and I'm paraphrasing, when you get on the frequency of the earth, you must receive what it is that you're manifesting. This is not philosophy, it is science. It is physics. That happens. So now you're increasing your DNA and you're working on your molecules and you're throwing out these counterintentions. And what are the two words that you're not going to say any longer? And that is, I quit. Because now it's not in your vocabulary any longer. You may have to go back and listen to this again, and maybe again after that. But I want you to know that you can do this. You were born for this. You were born wealthy. Did you know that? That's right, you are. I know you're sitting there going, oh yeah, but look around me. Yeah, look around you. Right now, even as bad as the world seems, you are living in America, one of the superpower of the superpowers. You still have every means around you to make money, to be healthy, to make good decisions. Yes, we seem oppressed right now. What you have to do is you have to now focus on you. What is it that you can do? That's what you have to think about, and in a good way. You do not want to think about anything else but is for the benefit of you and mankind, because that's when God smiles on you and God's universe. So you see, as time goes on now, I want you to know this is a wonderful, wonderful time for you. You have every resource around you. We are living in the age of technology. If you have a question about laws of attraction, study it. Study. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down 10 people. 10 people that you do not get along with or that you've had an argument with. 10 people. If you say, I don't have 10 people, thank God. But write down those that you do. If you have 2, 5, 7, it doesn't make any difference. Somebody who's done something to you in the past, write that down and then forgive them. I know it's hard, but forgive them. And I'm also going to ask you, how many books have you read this week, this month, this year, last year? You can't help yourself if you don't help yourself. And I'm not talking about romance novels. I'm talking about things of your interest. Is there something that you want to do? Great. There's something written on it. Find that and study. Devour it and increase your knowledge. That's what it takes. Is there something else that you are wanting in your life? Research it. Don't just sit there and just think, okay, I'm doing this. The laws of attraction are going to take care of me. Okay. This person's going to help me take care of this. Okay. No, you have to get in there and do it, because by your actions will help it manifest. So write down those 10 people. Forgive them. But most importantly, forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself opens up a whole new world. Believe me, we all need to be forgiven for something. It doesn't matter what. So forgive yourself. You will not quit. I know you. You will not. And this is something that I want you to really know and help you with. Because I know that there are some of you this new year, that are discouraged. Well, I've been doing this for a long time, and this is just getting ridiculous. I'm just doing too much, and that person is never going to come. No, well, actually, you're right. That person won't come. If you have that attitude, really remember, where the mind goes, the body follows. But I also want you to remember that when you complain, you'll remain. When you complain about your circumstances, I've just done this too long. This is, what now? Why do I not see anything happening? Well, maybe you do see something happening and you're not taking the time to recognize it, or maybe you're just not even studying it. You're not focusing on you. Well, how do you focus on you? Well, write down those 10 people and forgive them. Get that out of your system and stop going over that story 100 times in your mind. A month, maybe a week, and maybe even a day. Well, they did this to me and they did great. Where are they now? Well, they seem to be doing great. Good. Wish them well, because guess what? They're not in your life anymore. And now you're free to do what it is that you feel best for you. That has been resolved. Now, you've got to start reading. You have to. You have to. You've got to start doing research about things that you want. If you want a new house, you can't just sit around and wonder when's that new house going to come? Well, I don't know. When is it going to come? Because you've got to start doing some research. How about the new car? How about the new specific person? Read and increase your own knowledge. Believe me, when you do that, you increase your imagination, your dreams, now your goals, and now your intentions, and now manifesting and affirmations, you just increase it all. Well, Zelda, I don't read. Okay, great. You don't read. There's audiobooks. You cannot make excuses. If you want things in life to turn around to be your way, you can't make an excuse, my darling. That is a counter intention. So now it's up to you. Now it's up to you. You have the tools. They're right there with you. The laws of attraction work every day and negatively in your life if you allow it. Because what happens? This isn't working, so I'm stopping. Well, that's why it's not working. You're stopping. You see, we manifest every day, whether it's good or bad. And before I leave you, Thomas Edison, I'm sorry, it wasn't Thomas Edison, it was Mr. Ford, said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So it's up to you, my darlings. Because the next time I talk to you, I don't really want to hear you say, I quit. I want to thank you for coming by and stopping by today. I love it when we talk, and if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here. And I want to thank Psychic Secrets for helping to sponsor this series of Laws of Attraction. And I hope that you're doing very, very well. You be well. And you let me know how you're doing, because I know you have a brave heart and you don't give up because you are blessed. And I know it. So stop back again soon. We'll be posting again soon for another episode of Secrets Laws of Attraction. Happy manifesting. Bye for now.